stream, because one thing about me, since people keep like trying to challenge me, I'm up for the challenge. I'm a little bit wired from drinking that C4 energy drink. C4 energy drink. Just wanted to give y'all some clarity. Don't try it. But nevertheless, look at Lomachenko's face in the thumbnail. Now you name anybody who touched up Lomachenko like that. But according to these boxing experts, according to these fanboys, according to these content creators who want to sit up there and play politics so they can get views and likes and, make extra money. Yeah. See, I got the receipts. See, I was there. And see, for the people that's sitting up here talking to me crazy, especially that punk that came on here talking about what was I watching? What was I watching? What did I watch? I watched Devin Haney beat Lomachenko. Look at his face. Look at his face. Go look at Devin Haney's face and then look at Lomachenko's face. Now, I will talk about the scoring later on, but that's besides the point. And people got to remember something else. Devin Haney, another reason why he got a little hesitant, because Harvey Dock threatened to take a point from him for, excessive holding and saying that Devin Haney was fighting dirty. But Lomachenko was trying to lift Devin Haney up. He was trying to flip Devin Haney. So like I said before, you name one person that fought Lomachenko and had him busted up like that. But Devin Haney ain't got no power. But Devin Haney didn't do nothing to Lomachenko. Like I said, Lomachenko had a dominant 10th round and 11th round, but that's it. Out of the first 6 or 7 rounds, you could say that Devin won. You could say Devin won 6 of them. Out of 7 rounds, he won 6 of them. And then he clearly won a 12th round. Now, whoever scored the 10th round for Devin Haney, that's not accurate. He didn't win the 10th round. You guys don't know. Like I said, nobody. Let me explain something to you dudes. I told you, I'm different from everybody. Just like certain people that I was affiliated with wanted me to be an Errol Spence apologist, and I refused to do it. So now they call themselves not liking me. Cool. I just want to say I never liked y'all neither. And that's just real talk. I told you I don't follow no scripts. And I'm not finna say what the media want me to say. I'm not finna say what you fans want me to say. So now Lomachenko can take his butt back to wherever he came from. And it's so funny. People want to vilify Devin Haney for pushing Lomachenko. But this is the same Lomachenko when his buddy Alexander Oslik, put Adonis Stevenson in a coma. They were sitting up celebrating, jumping up and down, laughing, cutting his face off the belt. But nobody said nothing. And then you had people trying to cap for Lomachenko, say, oh, well, Lomachenko, maybe he didn't know what happened. And it's a TV screen sitting right in front of him. He didn't show no compassion and no respect seeing that man being carried out in a stretcher. Now, Alexander Uslik eventually said, hey, he apologized and he took accountability. But at the time, but you didn't see no videos talking about how unsportsmanlike Lomachenko was. But these are the same people that was crying about Devin Haney pushing Lomachenko. At the end of the day, Devin Haney, they wanted to make him the manufactured bully / heel. So what, he pushed Lomachenko. I didn't see that same energy. Nobody wasn't crying when Canelo pushed and he struck Caleb Plant. And he actually scratched Caleb Plant. And hey, let's keep it a buck. Let's talk technicality. Technically, he assaulted Caleb Plant. But you didn't see Caleb Plant crying. You didn't see him crying. You didn't see Lomachenko. You didn't see the Nevada State Athletic Commission talking about they may fine Canelo. See, these dudes, these dudes can't mess with me. Y'all never keep the same energy. So what? Devin Haney pushed him. And people need to keep the same energy. I told you, man, I don't follow no script. I call it right down the middle. I'll call fair is fair. And this is why a lot of people don't mess with me, because I keep it 100. So once again, where was that energy when Canelo pushed Caleb Plant? Where was all this? I don't like Canelo. Hey, it's just boxing. But then everybody want to vilify Devin Haney. And we already know why that is. One, because he's black. And then second, that he's a Muslim. He's a dedicated Muslim. See, what was going on, the real thing that was going on, see, they was trying to create a theme and a storyline for Lomachenko. Oh, the guy that went to Ukraine to fight for his country. And see, they was trying to heroize him. And at the same time trying to vilify Devin Haney. And like I said before, if you got any common sense and you really watched that fight, Devin Haney did beautiful work the first half of the fight. Now, did Devin Haney fade a little bit? Yeah. Did Lomachenko, as I predicted, I said Lomachenko would be very dangerous the last quarter of the fight. Didn't I tell you that was going to happen? And all that happened is what I predicted. You saw this happen with Lomachenko with Teofimo Lopez. You see, and he lost. You seen this happen with him and Jermaine Ortiz. You saw it happen last night with Devin Haney. It didn't work, and Lomachenko lost. And and like I said, and this is what I hate about boxing. I hate the politics and the racial element. So like I said, where was all this anger towards Canelo for pushing Caleb Plant? And he swung at Caleb Plant and scratched him. And like I said, technically, that is assault. If you punch somebody, but we already knew they wasn't gonna arrest Canelo or take him to jail because it was a fight. But technically, that's considered assault. I guess you don't remember that fight. I forgot the brother's name who sucker punched that dude after the fight was over. He got in trouble. If I'm not mistaken, he got arrested and charged with assault because the fight was over. If you strike somebody before, it is what it is. And I don't know if Nevada has a mutual combat law. So, once again, nobody wants to bring this up. So stop playing games with me. I told you I'm realer than these other dudes. All of a sudden, these people are horrified by Devin Haney pushing Lomachenko. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what happened. What was up with that? Come on, let's be real. How many fights have you seen people push somebody? All of a sudden, this is the worst thing you've seen. Like, this is what's wrong with people here, man. These people can't keep it real to say they like. This fake outrage is just hilarious. Now, all of a sudden, they act like Devin Haney was the first person that ever pushed a guy after a weigh-in. So just stop it. Like I said, look at Lomachenko's face. I'm like Charles Barkley. That's for you idiots out there. You name one person that busted Lomachenko. He busted Lomachenko up. But at the end of the day, you wouldn't think Devin Haney was doing anything based off how the broadcast was so biased. And like I said before, I'm disappointed in Tim Bradley because he was clearly being a fanboy instead of an announcer. Now, I'm not going to, if Tim Bradley see this and he don't want to talk to me, that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm not sure I want to talk to Tim Bradley. And I'm just keeping it a buck. That broadcast was atrocious. His broadcast was atrocious. Andre Ward was trying to break it down and explain. And then at times you had Tim Bradley talking over on Andre Ward. And Andre Ward had the best assessments. Like he said before, it could have went either way. It could have went either way. At the end of the day, you got to give the close rounds to the champ. That's how it works. That's how it always works. So now all of a sudden people talking about a robbery. But a lot of people thought that Canelo lost to Triple G in both those fights. A lot of people thought that Canelo lost to Austin Trout. And then they was on the verge of robbing Dimitri Bivol. So now all of a sudden, everybody is calling it a robbery. Oh, I get it. It's a robbery when the black fighter gets the benefit of the doubt. And nobody better not come on here talking about, hey, don't make this about race. I can do whatever the hell and say whatever the hell I want to say on my channel because this is my outlet. If you don't like what I have to say, stay the fuck off my channel. How's that? And yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Where was all that outrage? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Where was all this outrage when Deontay Wilder got robbed of a knockout versus Tyson Fury in the first fight, which basically Jack Reese offset everything when he did that. He should have called the fight a knockout for Deontay Wilder. He cost Deontay Wilder tens of millions of dollars. Had Deontay Wilder got the knockout, which he should have got, he would have remained undefeated, and they would have demanded that Anthony Joshua fight Deontay Wilder. They probably would have started maybe threatening to strip him. Even though Anthony Joshua was scared of Deontay Wilder, and everybody knows it. So I don't want to hear about fairness. Like I said, how many times did the brother come up on the short end of the stick? What about Pernell Whitaker and that travesty with Julio Cesar Chavez? What about that travesty, what was did to Meldrick Taylor by a black referee at that? So you don't want to play them kind of games. What about that travesty with Pernell Whitaker and Oscar De La Hoya, which most people thought Oscar De La Hoya lost that fight? What about Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Strom? Like, man, I know this boxing stuff, man. And then as far as Oscar De La Hoya versus Felix Trinidad, that wasn't no robbery. Oscar De La Hoya literally was backpedaling the last 4 to 5 rounds of the fight and barely threw any punches. Like I said, who wants some smoke? Who wants some smoke? I'm ready. I want somebody to come on here trying to insult my intelligence, trying to lie and say that they thought Lomachenko dominated that fight. I didn't care what JT the Brick said. I mean, it was a cool interview. At the end of the day, I showed him his respect, and he respected me. He told me it was a good interview. I didn't back down. I told him right to his face. I agree to disagree. Even when he tried to say, well, I don't know what fight you was watching, I could have went full-fledged ghetto. But I don't do that because y'all need me out there. You need somebody real as me, like, you know, covering these fights. I stood my ground because y'all know if I would have said, who the hell you talking to? He complained the top rank and all this kind of stuff. Then I got to have a conversation with them. At the end of the day, he's a bigwig. So, you know, I had to keep my composure. But I told him, watch the interview. I said, well, I disagree. I'm going to have to agree to disagree. Well, you know, don't be too hard on Shakur Stevenson. At the end of the day, it's a business. It's a business. They try to, you know, they want to try to sell fights or basically get you ready and get you prepared and get you amped up possibly for them to fight. So Devin Haney, at the end of the day, he won. As far as Shakur Stevenson go, at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson is my guy, man. I mean, I'm going to talk to Shakur about it. But Shakur, you got to understand, Shakur may have to fight Lomachenko. So if he sat up there and say Devin Haney won the fight and then they end up going the direction of Lomachenko and they beat Lomachenko, you already know they're gonna discredit Shakur Stevenson because they want to try to sell this fight. You got to understand, with boxing, going into big fights, they need a storyline as well as basically the fight itself. Now, I'm very pleased. I'm happy that the fight sold out. I don't know what the pay-per-view number is going to be. But you have to understand. So now, if Shakur fights Vasily Lomachenko, people going to tune into that fight because they're going to be saying, well, Shakur Stevenson might lose to Lomachenko because Lomachenko really didn't lose to Devin Haney. Well, here's the thing. The judges said that Devin Haney won that fight. So don't come on my channel crying about the judges. You don't have, like I said, how many times did the brother get the short end of the stick? I didn't see y'all talking about a travesty then. And once again, you could make an argument that Daniel Jacobs beat Triple G. But you didn't see people, how, you know what I'm saying? Triple G, Daniel Jacobs could have been a draw, or you could have made an argument that Daniel Jacobs did enough to win that fight. So, for real, y'all don't know what y'all want. And this is what pisses me off. This is why I don't like talking to some of these idiots about boxing. Because they don't be knowing what the hell they be talking about. For real. I know what I saw. I know what I watched. I was there. Don't sit up here and try to talk to a dude that do this. I do this on a regular. I've covered over 20 fights. Okay? I've been there. I've seen it. And then I was talking to a dude, and here goes something. A lot of people in the media room, it was split right down the middle. A lot of people said, hey, I thought Devin Haney won the fight. I'm not scared of you dudes. Because I'm saying Devin Haney won, you ain't gonna do nothing. Except say your little fake innuendos and call me out my name and talk crazy behind your computer. You ain't gonna do a damn thing. Except go keep crying. But once again, look at that picture of Lomachenko's face. Somebody screen saved that picture and send that to Tim Bradley. You name me one fight where Lomachenko was busted up that bad. Because he got touched up. Devin Haney was hitting him with counter hooks. He was hitting him with uppercuts. Wasn't getting no credit. But Lomachenko landed hard jab, then all, ooh. This is exactly what they did to Andre Ward in that first Sergey Kovalev fight. Yeah, they tried to rob Tevin Farmer. I remember that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Shakur Stevenson is with Top Rank. And he may have to see Lomachenko. So they have to find a way to sell that fight. They could sell that fight as Lomachenko got a questionable loss, which he didn't. I thought he lost. So once again, I'm not worried about somebody, what they gonna say in the comment section after, you know what I'm saying, I finish this stream. I was really, like I said, I'm really disappointed in Tim Bradley. He was not being a broadcaster. He was being a fanboy. Listen, Tim, if you listen to this video, it is what it is, man. You was being too much of a fanboy instead of being an objective analyst. And then, like I said, Andre Ward, the only one on there trying to be objective. And this is what they do. They love playing these kind of games. You can't win. You cannot win for losing. If you in a fight and it's a competitive close fight and you get the benefit of the doubt or you win by narrow margin, it's a robbery, it's a travesty to boxing. You wasn't hearing nobody talking about a travesty to boxing when Tevin Farmer got screwed. You wasn't hearing people talk about a travesty when Yeah, I mean, when Pernell Whitaker got screwed versus Oscar De La Hoya and Julio Cesar Chavez, you wasn't hearing the travesty when Oscar De La Hoya clearly lost to Felix Strom. You know what they were saying? You know what they were saying? Well, at the end of the day, the judges had to do what they. You heard HBO literally say, "Well, you know, at the end of the day, they can't blow a multi-million-dollar fight with Bernard Hopkins. It is what it is." They was justifying Felix Strom getting robbed. But you didn't hear people saying we need to evaluate boxing. And as far as Lomachenko's manager talked about, they gonna file an appeal with the Athletic State Commission on what grounds? On what grounds? They're not going to overturn that fight. And if they did, if I was Devin Haney, I'd protest them trying to overturn that fight. I would immediately protest them. But like I said, this is the same thing they did with Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev too. Once again, Sergey Kovalev, Andre Ward, one was a close competitive fight that could have went either way. If Sergey Kovalev would have won a split decision, that's fine. If Andre Ward would have won a split decision, that's fine. But to sit up there and make it look like Sergey Kovalev like dominated Andre Ward in the first fight, that is a absolute falsehood. That fight was close as hell, could have went either way. But at the end of the day, once again, the brother wins a close competitive fight. All of a sudden, it's a robbery. You see how they do this? This is the difference between me and these other content creators. Because I say what people are afraid to say because they be worried about subscribers, views, and money. I'm not on here for the money. That's why you shouldn't watch fights with casuals. I said anytime it's a close fight and the brother get the nod, all of a sudden they talking about corruption in boxing. Okay, but nobody wants to talk about, like I said, nobody wants to talk about the corruption when Canelo versus Bibble. They already had the fool up. I think they had him up 4 rounds. They gave Canelo the first 4 rounds versus Bibble. Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate that, J-Dawg. So, once again, please explain that to me. Anybody that saw Canelo versus Bibble, Canelo didn't win 4 rounds. Canelo, arguably, and being generous, may have won, at best, 3 rounds versus Bibble. He got thoroughly dominated. But where was people hollering about corruption? See, they only want to holler corruption when the brothers get the nod. And this is what I hate, the racism in boxing. The games that people play in boxing. And I ain't like these, and I ain't like none of these company man, you know what I'm saying, handkerchief heads on here. Like, okay, if you say I give the nod to Lomachenko and thought that he may have edged it out, but to say that Lomachenko dominated, you're on drugs. You're on drugs. You're on drugs. Well, Timmy Diamonds, you already know what's up. Like I said, man, Tim Bradley, that's unfortunate that he was just being over the top. Tim Bradley was tripping. And like I said, I didn't like how he was talking over Andre Ward, man, and how he was trying to be condescending towards Andre Ward. I think Tim Bradley need to remember that Andre Ward never lost a fight. And I think he also need to remember that Andre Ward was a first ballot Hall of Famer. So that's all I'm saying. I know somebody gonna eventually listen and say, hey man, you need to stop making this about race. And you know, more than likely the person that's gonna say that either gonna be Mexican or white, because they love to tell us black people what we can and can't make about race. But you can get the middle finger. I don't take orders from y'all. Period. J-Dog, I was so disappointed in Tim Bradley just sitting up there. He oh boy, how can I say this? I almost thought his broadcasting was almost as bad as Jim Lampley with Manny Pacquiao versus Joshua Clottey. You know, the bang stuff. And then we all know that Joshua Clottey admitted that he took a dive, which most people thought in the first place. Yeah, J-Dog, I know you gonna make a video. Let Tim Bradley have it. I'll be listening. I mean, as far as commentary go. Well, that's the games they play. That's the games they play. I could tell I could tell that Andre Ward was getting frustrated. Well, Bob Arum, all he said was in the post-fight meeting, he was saying, well, the crowd was disappointed, so I'm not gonna say what it is or whatever the case may be because I'm the promoter. There you have it. There you have it. Go watch my post-fight question towards Vasyl Lomachenko. Even Vasyl Lomachenko liked the question that I asked him because it was a good question. And I was being brutally honest. I told you I'm not like these other fools on here. Yeah, he said, well, I remember Devin Haney is going to go through this because I remember people was telling me that I should go. I mean, listen, Devin Haney will be fine. You know why? Because he got a strong black father and Bill Haney backing him up. I haven't even loaded all the footage yet. But as you can see, I provided, to me, some of the best content. And once again, make sure y'all, J-Dog, make sure you watch that video of LaShawn McCoy and us being harassed by security. All we were doing was chopping it up, congregating. See, this is why sometimes these celebrities don't like to do this stuff and talk to media. But I give LaShawn McCoy all the credit in the world for checking those security guards for basically profiling us. All we was doing, and I know who it was. It was that damn Hispanic or white dude that came over there. He went over there and snitched and tried to make it look like, and then tried to act like, because you know how I know it was him? Because when he looked and seen who it, oh, that's LaShawn McCoy. Yeah, it was him. All we was doing was congregate. That's why LaShawn McCoy said, hey, bro, don't do that. And like I said, shout out to LaShawn McCoy, you know what I'm saying, Shady McCoy, for basically defending us and taking up for himself. I want everybody to watch that video. All you content creators, make videos about that, calling us security at the MGM Grand out. All we was doing was chopping it up. And I don't even know why dude went over there and did that. Nobody was making threats. All we was doing was, but that's how they do. They see a group of black dudes standing together, having fun. It's all good. But then every time you look around, the people that be fighting at the damn casinos be white boys. But then, of course, they come asking the brothers. It's everything okay. Hey, I don't know what the hell the end. Like I said before, LaShawn McCoy took the time out to talk to us regular guys, because somebody else ignored us. I ain't gonna say the dude's name, but I'll put it to you this way: he played for the Rams, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And no, it wasn't Matthew Stafford. So, he was a brother. But LaShawn McCoy took the time out to come congregate and talk to the brothers, be a regular dude, and then you have this stuff. It was no reason for them to bring their butts over there. They didn't see nobody making no threats. We was just sitting, and we wasn't even really talking that loud, to be honest with you. Hey, black to black, I'm gonna be cool. I ain't gonna say his name, man. I gotta be cool. I can't. Oh man, I ain't gonna say his name, but well, I'm just saying we wasn't even talking loud. That's all I'm saying. We wasn't even talking loud. I'm telling you, it was that dude, that Hispanic dude or that white dude that came over there. He did that. Then he tried to act like he didn't know what was going on. It was him. It was him. But I need everybody that do content to put that out there, man, and call them out for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that video need to go viral, because like I said before, you can't be just walking up on people, man. Oh, man. You see what he said? Is everything okay? Yeah, man. Everything okay. Nah, yeah. Hey, I'm just I'll just say that, LB, I'll tell you later on. I'm gonna call you later on. Yeah, you can play the video. I couldn't believe they did that. Like, dude, what you coming over there for with your... I mean, for real. I'm telling you, it was that dude in the blue shirt. He tried to play dumb. Oh, that's Shady McCoy. Yeah, bruh. Yeah. Yeah. It's him. It's him. Yes, it's him. So, all you wrong, was